know.
Oh my God.
What? Are you ready?
I'm so stressed out. Yeah.
Why? Did you not get my email?
Oh no, just the whole time difference was like, am I getting the right date? But yeah, no, I'm good now. I'm just so happy you're here.
Oh, I am too. Well, welcome in, Sugar Cube. We have 30 minutes. Are you ready to rock it?
I'm ready.
Okay, so let me tell you, let me go ahead and message my secretary and tell her what is, hang on, let me go ahead.
I'm okay.
No, be quiet. No, I was gonna tell her, she's gonna be like, did she make it in there okay? I'll be like, yes, of course we did. Let me see. Ooh, where is it? Okay. We got it. Are you ready?
I'm sweating. Okay.
Okay. Well, don't just breathe. It's just me. We're going to have a good time. So with this being said, let me kind of tell you a little bit about, I mean, you know what I do, but how I do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So number one, it's just going to be me. I'm going to have a little pen. I'm going to have a little notepad. All I do is scribble the entire time. I just get anxiety. So this is your new clean page. The next thing though, is that whenever we channel, what happens? Oh, this is you. Oh, this is you. I know about this. Okay. So this is the person that was here earlier. So I get signs and symbols that mean one thing to me. I get feelings and emotions that'll kind of come through and mean another thing. They will try to put me in different situations or scenarios that make me relive, refeel, or re-experience something. Ooh, and the last one is I get words and phrases. Here we go. All I need you to do is tell me, heck yeah, that makes sense, or no, it doesn't. Because I want them to talk. Okay. And they are already here. It's interesting. What are you doing? He says he's like shy, okay? And I'm like, you don't seem like a shy person. He's like pacing back and forth. Now, pacing is weird for me because pacing can be good. Hold on, let me turn my muting sound off. Pacing can also mean something else to me. So why is he pacing? He wants you to know that he's here. Like, that's his big thing. Like, he wants you to know that he's here. Why? He like keeps coming up and he tries to get a little handsy with you, not in a bad way, but he's like, oh, come on. You gotta know. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out, why is he acting this way? Why is he so excited? Like, what is, hold on. He says he was the quote unquote the fucking best. So apparently he thought he was like, yeah. I said, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm here, don't you know? I was like, why? He's like, because I'm the best. I'm the fucking best. And I was like, oh, okay, great. He says that, what? He's like, I don't know. What do you want me to say? And I was like, I don't know. Tell me. Why are you being slightly aggressive? Tell me. I don't know why he would say he's sorry. I'm just going to leave that there. I think it's more about like, he goes like this. He goes, man, he goes, you gotta, like he's too, I'm getting hot. You're going to look at this. I'm turning pink. Hot. Yeah, that's him. He comes up and he's like, you gotta tell her that I'm like, I'm sorry. You gotta know. He's like really nervous. Or something's happened in his body and that's how he was before he died. So we'll figure that out too. He says that, I don't know what you were on. Hold on. He's nervous. This is what he's doing in my head. I'm going to stand up. I'm wearing short shorts. Sorry. I'm trying to. These are the free people ones. You know how short they are.
Yeah.
Leave them there. He's walking around. He's walking around like this. He's like, I'm so sorry. Amy, I don't know. You gotta tell her. You gotta tell her that I'm sorry. Tell her like that. I go, okay. That's what he looks like. Hold on. Slow down. He loves you. He says maybe you think he doesn't love you. He does love you. But like at the same time, you try to play that up. What happened? I don't think he got a chance to process that he died. I'm just going to tell you that because he goes, I said, what happened? And he was like, what do you think? I died. I was like, obviously. And he says, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. That's how he says. What? What? He's like, at the first time he goes, I'm supposed to go to like daddy daughter dance with her. And the next thing I'm in a pine box. And I was like, oh, okay. They cremated him?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He said an extra small one. That's why. Pine box for me is coffin, and then he said they cremated him. He says a face like this. He says he's working me around something that he doesn't want to talk about, and we're gonna get into that. Yeah. He's like walking around, and I keep going, let's talk about it. And he's like, da 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 da. That's what they do. Yeah. What? He goes, oh shit, I need a cigarette. Oh no, I don't smoke. You can't do that with this face. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? He says he wants you to find value in yourself. Yeah, that's all he says about you. He says, I want you to find value in yourself. I want you to know that. Stop fucking around with all the wrong people. Wait, are you not married right now?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, that's him. So I'm going to start saying I'm letting him get in my body. And what? He says I'm a little tall for him. Him and I probably were, I think he was a little bit shorter than me. He was like, what, maybe 5'10"?
Yeah, maybe. Not even.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm 6 feet tall. He got my body. He said, oh, you're a little bit tall for me. I was like, yeah, no shit. And like, cause he's like here on me. And I'm like, whatever, you're short. What? He's a leg guy. Funny. Yeah. What? What happened? What'd you do? I wonder if he was like messing around with drugs. Weird. He said, took the wrong thing and then I ended up here. I was like, oh, okay. He says, there you go. You got it. Are you proud of me? I was like, yes, I'm proud of you. He's in my head. He's been with me all day. He's so excited to talk to you. He's been wanting to talk to you. When I first pulled up on my sessions, because I have 9 of them, so I just pull up my appointments, like it literally is like your name and it says you're ready for it. And I pulled up your name and there was this guy like, I'm ready to talk to her. I want to talk to her. And I was like, okay. And that's why I said,
all week, just being like, you better show up.
He's been here. He's been here since 2 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, good.
He doesn't want me to see his face. He doesn't want me to see, He said, no, I didn't have any money for Botox, but I acted like it. I was like, oh, really? He's like, he's trying to, like...
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it. He says, I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, but you know,
he used to call himself the ghetto millionaire.
That's what he is. That's what he is. He says, fake it till you make it. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know how many kids that I have. I was like, shut up. He says, you're his best. He does. He's just trying to act like he's a player. You're his what?
I'm his first.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's interesting. He says, are you like not close with your mom?
Ish. Like close. Or now. But we weren't for a while.
Yeah, he says, get close with your mom. And I go, oh, okay. And he says, I could do the runabout thing with like, oh, her mom was crazy. And she says, maybe she was, but it was because of me. He says, and then that's nothing he would never say before. What? Yeah. he would text you hi, like the whole thing, because he's like completely out of it. He's just talking about it. He has his little phone. He says, yeah, he's like, and I'm like, yeah, you're like high as fuck, bro. And he's like, I know. Yeah. And you knew it. You knew it. He
100%.
He what kind of man would do that? Man, I'm a shitbag. That's what he's saying. I go, offend me. Offend me. It's like you knew he was high and you didn't want to say anything. You would just kind of like try to be his friend. Yeah. And he says, that's what he says. He says, what do you think you were going to do? Offend me? He's like, you should have offend me. That's what he's talking about. He's like, don't pussyfoot around it. He's like, now I'm stuck here with like Fred, the guy that shot himself in his face. Your dad's in the middle vibration. He's not in a bad place. He's just like, do you know a Fred?
Or
somebody?
Or Greg?
Yeah. It's going to be one or the other. It's like a very, very...
My older sister's dad shot himself in the head. Yeah. But his name is Greg.
Greg! Okay. Now, mind you, literally, he goes like this. He says something, something, and then something, something. I don't know if it's Fred or Greg. They both sound the same, and they're single syllables. But he says, now I'm here with this guy that shot himself in the face because he killed himself. And he would be in the middle vibration as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was an alcoholic.
I think so.
He's just, your dad's telling on him.
Yeah.
By the way, names are insanely hard, and so just that whole thing that he put in my brain was amazing in itself. By the way, what? So who sleeps with his shirts? Who has his shirts? But like, who took them? Oh, shut up! Ah! You sleep with my shirts? God damn, they smell. Oh, well, of course you can wash them away. I know maybe you want it, but that's what he says. Everything I want, no, everything I work for, everything I work for. Oh, what am I kidding? I didn't really work for it. What do you mean by that? You know, that's what he's just saying. He says that. So you're talking to somebody actively right now?
Yeah.
He says he's a fuckhead. I'm not saying he's bad. That's your dad's opinion. That's not mine. I just work here. Okay?
Yeah.
What? What? Why do you have a parrot? That's so weird. Greg that shot himself in the face.
Yeah. I was talking to my sister this morning about it, and we even wrote down his name. Yeah. So I have his name written down. Yeah.
Names are crazy because I get them as syllables all the time. So if it's Francisco, or I usually get the ending. So if it's like John, I'll get like on or something like that. And I'm like, what is it? Oh yeah. What? Your dad does not care for this person that shot himself in the face. Did they not like each other in regular, like in life either?
I don't remember really too much about their relationship because my older sister's dad died when I was like 6. So I don't really remember too much.
Oh,
but I could feel that they were very different types of people.
This is what he said. So no one, oh, how weird. This is what he said. I said, so what do you think about him? Are y'all getting along? He goes, huh. Do you know what's the difference between him and I? He thought about it and then did it. I don't like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, what about you? He says that you gotta stop running. Gotta stop running from him. He loves you. He loves you. What? Drama. Ex-girlfriends are drama. Do we have like a vial of dad?
Yeah.
He's in my body. He's in my head. He goes like this. He says, oh, that's so odd. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, how weird, right? See, aren't you glad you got nervous? That's by the way, nervous and excitement are the same thing, and that's because your dad is like raring to go.
Yeah.
He goes, ex-girlfriends, drama. He says, good thing they like didn't try to like take all of me or something. Maybe there was something going on with that. And then he talks about the vial. He says, good thing she has that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was up with that?
So my stepmom, like, and I don't really get along at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with my two younger sisters.
He says, as you should.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were always on the same side, but she got into a big argument with me about keeping his ashes, and I said I wasn't keeping them. You're more than welcome to come get them whenever you want. And it's created a whole big drama ever since he's passed away. That just hasn't really ever ended.
Oh my god.
But I brought this. So
you
yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh my god. Your session's crazy. I love this. What? Hold on. Tell me. Why don't you get a bigger one for me? I think he's trying to talk about tattoos. I don't think you've actually like gotten one of him yet.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his?
I have two for him.
Is the other one small?
Yeah. It's right there.
Oh! He goes like this. He says, he says, why don't you get another bigger one for me? So you have the, okay.
Well, I'm about to on Thursday as well.
Shut the fuck up. How big is this going to be?
Like pretty much my whole back. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes like, I'm like, yeah. Okay. He doesn't have a Harley. I just want him to have motorcycles, and he never did motorcycles. He just went brum brum. I know, and I'm like, what? He's trying to be cool. He says that, what? Tell me. What did you do? And what happened? Tell me. He died with, like, the girlfriend near him. Dad.
Yeah. We don't really know who was there.
Okay. This is what he says. He says, I'm dead. I feel like Dad's, like, almost, like, half naked or something like that for some reason. And he says, she's screaming. Somebody else is screaming or something, and like they finally figure out, maybe they ended up figuring out that he had died. Had he like gone in and laid down?
He was on a couch when he was dying.
Yeah. He's talking about like laying down and like people, you know, not seeing him or not realizing that he's dying or something like that.
Yeah,
he's talking. Yeah. And then he's talking about people finally realizing that he was, and then being like, like whatever this is. He says that wait.
Well,
You're fine. He says that who was the other person that did the same drugs that he did?
I mean, there was a few, I think.
Okay, only reason he's just bitching about being the guinea pig and how like somebody knew something and like he was like the tester or something, and like how all these other motherfuckers didn't have a bad trip or something, and like how he did, and I'm like, what? So that would imply that there was more than one person there.
Well, there was a guy in his band called Vinny, and Vinny was there and I think saw him dying, but just thought that it was another night and just left him there. Yeah. So I don't know if he was doing the same thing or not.
It's almost like this is what he showed me. It's like if somebody... He's talking about putting things in his nose. He's talking about, I said, how did did you do it? He said, well, at one point it was like that. He said, but you know, it itches you so much quicker if you just crunch it up and you put it in your nose. And I was like, Dad, stop. And he's like, what? That's what he does. He's so funny. What are you? Big ass good greasy burger. I want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Fuck pizza. It's all about the meat. I was like, okay. He says, I want where? I feel like this guy should be like from Chicago or something, but I don't think he.
He's from Chicago. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been to Illinois. I've never been in the Midwest ever, but he just made me feel like I grew up in Chicago. And I was like, I guess, oh my God, how weird. My brain's fried right now. Hold on. Tell me. I want him to have a bulldog. Nobody has the bulldog. Does somebody have a Frenchie or something like that?
No, but he did have a brand new pit bull when he was 9. Yeah.
Yeah, the Brachycephal. Yeah, he keeps showing me. He says bully, and I'm like, bulldog, bully, and then he shows me that same muzzle again. That's his dog. He says he's the king of the world, and I'm like, can you sit down? Stop it. What?
Nothing's changed.
No, he is so funny. He loves you. Loves you, loves you, loves you. I'm just going to call you my Care Bear. I have no idea why. That's just going to be your name for me right now. You are Nikita. I'm just going to call you that too. You have all these. He's so funny. He's so quirky.
Yeah.
He says, my baby can be a star if she puts her head on straight. I was like, oh, really? What? Get up and get started. I know you want to do something more. I don't know what you're doing with life right now. What are you doing with life right now? What's happening?
I'm a restaurant manager, but I've just been through a lot of I don't know, transformation in life and want so badly to get out of what I'm currently doing. So I've been making plans to buy a van and go traveling again and start a new career path. But I'm just stuck in what I'm doing at the moment.
Well, you're not stuck. You're in transition.
Yeah.
You're just further on one side than you are on the other yet.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're crawling over. Okay?
Yeah.
So I want you to continue to do that. What? You know what he said? He said, just don't take your clothes off, will you?
Okay.
So he's just talking about.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea. You're what? What? He likes his hair. He has good hair. Good hair.
He has hair.
He has very good hair. He says, I like my hair. Where's my... And we didn't get to get any of his hair, correct?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, I said, so what else? I said, what else does she has of you? He says, not my hair. He says, I have good hair. I like my hair. I wouldn't let them do that to my hair. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, a lot of people in this situation, they would. He's like, not me. I was like, fine. He says that, what? Oh. Come as you are. That's weird. Why are you in my head? Where is the guitar?
At my house.
Really?
Not in my house, but my house back home.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking him, what does he play? And he's like, come. And he's like, yeah, I can do it. And I was like, are you like a bassist? And he's like,
Yeah.
no. Ah! Because he's doing this.
Yeah. He's a bass player.
Yeah, that's why he's, you know how they get all like jazzy
Yeah.
with it with their fingers?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing in my head. So I'm like, what? And he's making me hear dun 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 dun, and I'm like, that's a bass tone. That's not anything else. Look at him.
Yeah.
He can play anything. You know?
Yeah,
He
he
can play anything. He's insert sexy joke. What? What? Why don't you go home? That's what he said. This is what he said. He says, he's like, Nick, why don't you go home? Why don't you go home? And then he goes, because she's going to say, I don't want to. That's what he says. And I was like, okay. I said, she could say that. That's okay. She says, apparently you're centrally located if you go home. Where's home?
Home is Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh,
but
and where are you at now?
Wellington, New Zealand.
Wait, what?
The last years, yeah. So I've been living in Wellington, New Zealand, for the last 6 years. Yeah.
You're in New Zealand right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's freaking. Oh, no wonder you're so bright. So it is. Hold on. What are we on? You're on Tuesday at like 2:00 in the afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know my New Zealand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, how cool. Yeah. This is why. So that's why he's saying you're literally from like the central area. You're centrally located. Interesting. He says that. What? Hold on. He never made it out there to see you?
No.
I said, you're in a band? I said, what were you doing? He said, I never made it out there to see her. You know, I wish I did. And I go, I know. He's talking about you liking and marrying a Kiwi. And I'm like, whatever, like having a joke about that. And I was like, stop it. That's Australia. And he says that, what? Are you going to tour Australia, though? Not New Zealand?
I have done Australia.
Oh,
And I have
did
been
you
thinking of going back, but it's too hot.
Hot. Oh, there it is. I heard it. I heard it. Over here, it's hot. Oh, I love it. Okay, this is what he says. I go, well, where is she going to tour? Is she going to do the USA or what? And he says, no. He's like, babe, you need to go back and do Australia. And then he was like, but she won't want to. And I was like, well, I don't know. That's between y'all, right? She says that. Tell me. What? Yeah, oh yeah, you like somebody, you're dating them. They have good muscles and all, but can they play the bass? No. That's what he says. That's what he's saying. He's talking to you about this. He, no. I think you're on a great path. I just want you to get your head on straight first. And you know, she's good. She's good. She doesn't have a part of me. This is him talking, by the way. He, what? Your brother. Where's your brother at?
I don't have a brother, I don't think. But my sister has a brother.
Oh, the one with the dad that
Yeah.
is like, is she having to keep, are they like separated? Did they like not talk a whole lot?
My sister and her dad?
Your sister and her brother.
I think they talk, but not very often.
Yeah, okay. Somebody said to like talk about the sister that has a brother and tell them to like keep the brother close. I don't know what's going on there. It feels a little weird. So, you know, so we'll watch out for that. She says that. Tell me. What? I said anything about him? She goes, he's fine. He's fine. Just a little fucked up at the moment. So he's learning. I don't know necessarily. Your dad is so funny. I have been.
Yeah.
He says he's cool. He says he's very cool. He has little black nails So I feel like he should have like his nails painted for half a second. He tells me he's not gay. I go, I know. He says that he's packing, apparently. He says he doesn't know after all the alcohol and drugs he did. What? Tell me. Ooh, I want your sign from your father to be a koala.
A koala.
That's so random and it's so stupid. But just know when you go out, if you see a koala, like not just like an animal in the tree, but like the symbol or a toy, that's your dad, which is very random. So just look, just go out when you're gonna go. You're gonna send me a picture one day. Well, like probably tomorrow. And you're gonna be like, Amy, there's a freaking koala. And you'll see it on like somebody's shirt or something. He says, come here, tell me. But you don't live. Are you like an hour away from the beach?
An hour like walk. Yeah, I don't have a car.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He goes like this. He gets your toes and he puts them in the sand. And I go, what about that? And he goes, well, she'd like to be there more, but you know, it's about an hour away for her. So she didn't get to go there as much as she should. I was like, you're on freaking New Zealand. It's an island. Like the whole thing is the beach. That's what didn't make sense to me. That's like, how are you an hour drive? She says that, what? I like, do you carry a backpack all the time?
Yeah.
He says, I like your backpack. That's what he said. I go, okay. He, what? What? He says, put me by your bed. I'm going to protect you. You better know that I'm fucking going to protect you.
Literally always on my windowsill, which is right next to my bed.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. He's with you all the time. Your dad loves you. He is so sorry for what happened. He's singing I love you. Yeah, he's singing I love you. What? Do you have like a voicemail from him when he was high though?
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
He says this. He goes, I love you, ma ma ma. Like he's just singing to you. And I go, what?
I love you, I love you, I love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can tell that he's quite fucked up.
That's what he's saying. He goes like this. He says, man. I go, what? He says, the only thing she has of me is when I was high. He says, like the voicemail. Mm-hmm. He says, how messed up is that, Amy? I go, I know. So he's talking about remember the voice in it, but don't remember why he sounds like that. That's gonna be hard to delineate. Okay. So know the feeling, man. He he loves you. So when you listen to that, know that there's a lot of feeling behind that, and he's not that way anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So I know, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, right? So I just for a little bit right now, because I also got to go to my next session. I want to go as far as I can and over. I want you to know that your dad's been with me for a very long time. And I love your session. And he's a good guy. And he's trying to be by your side. He is. He tells me I'm giving him too much credit. Which means he's slowly becoming more humble.
Well, that's good.
yeah. But no, this is just his thing. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a couple moments. I want you to have a good breather, a good ugly cry. If you need me or if you have any questions, you just email me and let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you. Now this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to tell him you love him. I want you to tell him thank you for coming through. And tonight you may have an interesting dream about him. Okay?
I hope so.
I know. Okay. And if you need me, just let me know.
I will.
Okay? All right. I love you, baby.
Love you.